Music and entertainment are critical in everyone's well-being. It can actually change your mood, and that's what we're looking for, is that opportunity to embrace that. Noteworthy is a talk show where I get to have conversations with some of my favorite people. I get to find out what drives them and what is their passion. These are their noteworthy stories.
Hey there, welcome back to the episode of The Well-Balanced Mind. I'm Shannon Rollins, your host, and in this show, we really look into insights to understanding your mind, understanding your emotions with psychology-based techniques and foundations. And I'm so excited about the topic today and to introduce you to Jessica Morales because the topic is really exciting. And Jessica, if you don't know her already, is really empowering people to step into their excellence through professional speaking. She's a beauty consultant and, well, many other things that she does as well, but she's helped me along the way and my professional career, and I know she can help you as well. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I am excited to be in your home.
Yes. And so we're going to be talking about today the psychology of colors and primarily with makeup and even what we're wearing. So the reason that I wanted to bring this topic to fruition and on the show is because I personally think we don't talk about colors enough.
Yes.
And I actually was wearing the wrong colors and the wrong makeup for my profession as a hypnotherapist. And so Jessica actually came in and helped me along the way figure out, okay, what is a more trustworthy look? What creates more empathy with your clients on a subconscious level? Because, right, all this is all this is happening on a subconscious level. And so I wanted to start by asking you, because I'm really curious, how did you get into this line of work to begin with?
Well, it's a funny story. I don't think no one wake up one morning and say, I'm going to be a beauty consultant, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I was working long hours at a bank,
Yeah.
and I got robbed at gunpoint. And
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wow.
And in those moments, as I was thinking, if something happens to me today, what am I leaving behind? And that really was a reality check for me, because I thought the only thing I'm doing, I'm working and paying bills and going out, and that's pretty much it. And that's when I remember I had started using the Mary Kay product for a while, and it worked amazingly on my skin, and I noticed the results. And I had joined for the fact that I wanted to use the products for myself. And that's when everything happened at the bank. And at that moment, I was like, I need to get out of the house, but I don't want to do that anymore. So I started it just doing skincare consultations and makeup consultations. And I remember one day at the end, I had one of the clients call me, and she was so excited on the other line. And I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, I had to share something with you. Like, I've never worn makeup, but that day that you came and you taught me, I've been wearing it for like past 2-3 weeks. And even my boss says that I'm performing better, that I have a better attitude.
Wow.
And at that moment, it hit me like, wow, I'm really making a difference in this woman's life. And that was the moment that I say, I need to do more of this.
Yeah.
I love to hear that happiness in her voice, and just that I was making a difference for her. That was important for me. And that's how I end up and started to do Mary Kay and had to learn, because I never wear makeup.
Wow. And you wouldn't expect that. Looking at you today, you would never expect that you never grew up wearing makeup. And sorry for any of the men watching this, but keep an eye out for the women if you think that they might be interested, whether it be a wife, girlfriend, friend, whatever the case is, because like you said, there is so much value in knowing how to get ready for the day.
Yes.
Not only what you're wearing, but the makeup you're putting on your face, the colors that you're wearing, because like you said, on that subconscious level, that your client's boss was saying you're performing better. Technically, she could have been performing the same, or she could have been performing better. But in the boss's mind, if someone is looking more put together or confident, if you feel more confident, and the theme, by the way, of this month is confidence. And if you feel more confident, you will be performing better. Absolutely.
Yes.
So I have a question for you, though. How do you think that, is this something like a common theme you see with your clients with makeup and how they feel? How do you think it affects their confidence level?
Well, I have to say, through all these years of me being in front of women, and I have to say thousands, I have discovered that when they do start wearing makeup, I realize that because of what they say to me back, their feedback is, I feel like I'm more energetic, I feel joyful, it makes me feel confident. And that was the part that when I started, I quite didn't understood because I never wore makeup. My mom never wore makeup, only a little lipstick. So I had to learn all of it. But that got me into research and reading and understanding what makeup did for women.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I mean, one of the things that I want every woman out there watching to know is you are beautiful. You are beautiful, you're powerful, you are an expert in your area. And the beautiful thing about it is that all we want is to enhance those amazing features that you've been given. Is just to bring them out so then people get to see those beautiful eyes behind your glasses and the beautiful smiles, right? So we just want to enhance and define those beautiful features that you already have. Because we're uniquely created. So there's no two like you.
Yes.
Right?
I can second that. Yes, we are uniquely created. And it's funny that you say that. I'll share my personal experience working with Jessica is like, okay, I was a huge fan of black eyeliner, right? Everyone is. And she comes to me and says, it makes your eyes look more, it doesn't open your eyes up. And we all know the eyes are the window to the soul, right?
Yes, absolutely.
And so you want people to be able to naturally see. And the second that I made that switch, people were like, you just look just more awake. You look like you're just more energized. And I'm like, that's the only change that I made. And I love that you said enhancing what you already have, because everyone has your valuable gifts.
Yes.
And we don't want to pigeonhole this into you must be wearing makeup, right? But we want to enhance what you already have, and then you feel better. Once you start feeling better, sometimes it takes feeling better on the outside, way, and then that can
transform your inside.
Exactly. So that's really inspiring. And you mentioned colors, and I really want to talk about the psychology of colors because it really does make a difference. And I'm sure any creatives listening might already know that. But what are, just in terms of colors in general, how much does that impact the way we respond to people, the way we perceive the world and everything in it, and in terms of what we're wearing?
Yeah, well, I mean, if we really think about it, look around you. Everything has color, right? And one of the research I have done, and everybody can agree, is that color impacts our moods, impacts how we're feeling, and by consequence, impact our behavior. And that's what's so important. Even when you watch commercials and you see company logos, it creates an emotion, and that emotion makes you either purchase the product or not. Even food, when you look at your plate, a lot of us, what we look for, the colors, how it looks. And sometimes, I don't know, I have to be honest, if you see something that the color is not that attractive, you don't want to try it.
That is true. You're like, oh, That food's not looking too good.
Right?
Yeah.
So if we really think about it, it's not something that you purposely are saying, oh, I'm not gonna. No, it's just unsubconscious, right?
Mm-hmm.
That part of your brain is saying, hold on, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, it's funny, like I was doing a research and they were talking about how in your subconscious mind, like your brain likes symmetrical shapes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's not even us saying, oh, I want to do a little contouring.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that we get attracted with symmetrical. So using that contouring help your face to be more symmetrical.
Wow. Yeah, and that is true. I have heard that with those symmetrical shapes is we pick it up. It's not intentional.
Correct.
Right? When you see something on the plate of the food, you don't choose what you think is attractive on the plate or not. And so with the colors especially, I mean, what do you think? I really want to dive into professions too, because with my profession, I'm sitting in front of people all day long, and you shared with me some tips of what would work best for me, but what would you say for different types of professions and what colors and their meaning, the meanings behind colors? Because you're right, it impacts our emotions, our mood. If you sit in a bedroom that has black curtains and black walls and everything is black and like dark, then you're going to feel you're going to feel more sad than if these bright colors that really all have that subconscious meaning. So are you able to do us a favor and do almost like a run through just of some of the basic colors and their meanings and what it could mean if they wear those colors?
Sure,
especially
absolutely.
on your face
Yeah,
as well.
Absolutely.
Okay, great.
And of course, you can take these tips too for your clothing or anything like that because let's be honest, I mean, one of the things that I always mention is color is a powerful nonverbal communication tool. And we can use it to influence, right? Influence the other person. Like, it's just amazing that we can, like, a switch, like a black eyeliner for a brown eyeliner, how it softens your look, right? So something as easy as a lip color can change how people perceive you. So one of the things that I want you to remember is that colors help us to make a statement about how we want others to perceive us, right? So based on your profession or your career, when you walk into the room, you want to ask yourself, how do I want that other person to see me? Do you want that person to see you as joyful, enthusiastic, right? So then we'll go for tones that are in the orange, peachy category, you know? If you want someone, you see, so there's a lot of scientific proof behind this. So if you want maybe that client to feel like you're cute, you're adorable, you're feminine, then you may want to go for pink because pink, when we see pink, we automatically think femininity, right? So that shows more that you're very compassionate, you're kind, right? So depend on your profession, right? We want to just be mindful of it. It doesn't mean that you cannot wear every color. Yes, you can wear every color. And when you go out, yes, you can wear any color. But just remember what it is that you want the other person to perceive, right? And we dress according to the occasion. Like when you go to the beach, you want to dress with a swimsuit, but you will not wear a swimsuit to go to an interview. Right?
Unless it's for, I don't know, modeling. Or bikini model. But no, don't do that.
So my point is that that's the same thing with colors, right? Colors create that emotion. So for example, if you're an energetic, vibrant, and you work in entertainment, so you can go for orange and reds and yellow colors because that's all about happiness, joyful, playful, right? If you work in a more like, for example, you, that counselor, you want to show empathy and all these emotions, mauve colors, purple tones, all that bring that sense of kind of like creative, and it makes everybody feel like reveals that you know what you're doing, that you're organized, that you're at peace, that you're patient, you know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Well, and also when I think about, for example, mauves, if I'm sitting in front of someone and I'm going to a counselor or someone who's really helping with those types of things, like just guiding me, someone coaching me or guiding me, I might get distracted if it's a bright orange or like a bright pink color, for example. So when you're saying this to me, I'm like, man, that really does make sense. I mean, even on that subconscious level, you had mentioned the nonverbal communication.
Yes.
And I mean, really, when we're thinking of professions, I really wanted to ask you as well, when we're not wearing as much makeup versus when is it appropriate to wear a certain amount, like in terms of heavy versus natural, does that make a difference whatever your profession is as well?
It does make a difference.
Okay.
And also there's been a lot of research that is a very fine line, right?
Yeah.
That if you wear the right amount of makeup, you're seen as trustworthy, confidence. But if you wear way too much makeup, then you're seen as not trustworthy. So
Wow.
there
Oh my. Oh my.
So there's a very thin line.
The whole time I'm thinking that she's looking at my makeup right now. Like judging what I'm wearing.
And this is a lot of research. It is funny, like
yeah, it's amazing.
Harvard Medical School has tons of research on makeup and confidence, and there's even one that is called the lipstick effect.
Wow. Can you talk about that a little more?
Sure.
Yeah.
The lipstick effect, they did a research over 186 female, and what they did is that they were getting ready to take testing, and so they asked a percentage to wear makeup, lipstick, and the other ones didn't, and the other one listened to music. And they discovered that the ones that wear their makeup while testing perform better.
Wow.
It's related to positive. They feel more positive, more confident, and they mentioned that wearing that lipsticks made them feel smarter. So it has a cognitive effect also on people.
Yeah, that makes sense because when you think about it, I want to go back to your example from the beginning with one of your clients. And I know that I've heard you mention clients getting promotions too from wearing makeup. And when we think about this, right, the more that you're taking care of your look when you go into the workplace, right, we could all speculate and say, well, I work from home, I'm remote. But even when you're on a video, people can tell.
Absolutely.
You know, if you just rolled out of bed.
Yes.
Because on a subconscious level, they could perceive how seriously are you taking your work. And especially if you're client facing or there's someone in front of you that you're meeting or you're presenting, these are all very important things to take away. And so from this level of confidence that someone's feeling, and the example of someone who could potentially get promoted, I mean, would you say that you see this happen a lot?
I do see that they take into positions and they desire to want to move at a higher level because now their confidence is higher. So when you feel that, oh, I can take on more tasks, I could do more, because now your confidence level went from a 5 to an 8, people see that. And now they say, oh, now she's ready for this next level. And you might feel more, oh, yeah, I could do that because of that confidence level being raised up, right?
Yeah, and it does make so much sense because if you're feeling better, the Harvard Medical School testing example, if you're feeling more confident, they're absolutely going to see that. And take a moment to think about a time where you felt really, really good, right? A time where you looked at yourself in the mirror and you're like, I got it going on. And tell me how your day went, right? Every time, I mean, I'm trying to go through my mental Rolodex right now, and every single time that I have felt good about the way I'm looking, I've had generally a pretty good day, even if some things didn't happen.
Yes, and that's what I say. Like, I don't know if you have ever heard that. They say when a woman go and cut her hair and change her look, she's ready to take over the world.
Yes.
I truly believe that when we come to that level that, okay, I'm going to get ready. I mean, think about the times where even if you have to do a big presentation or you have to go and talk in front of people, that you might say, oh, I know the perfect outfit. I have the perfect pair of shoes, right?
Yeah.
Because we know that when we put those shoes, they're shoes. But when you put those shoes, you put that outfit, you put that lipstick, all of the sudden, instead of just sitting like this, you're like, I got this.
It's on.
It's on. Like, you're ready.
Yes.
You're ready.
Yes.
And especially now that we're living in uncertain times, it's so important if you're doing Zoom calls, it's so important because since you're working from home, your mental needs to have that division. When I'm ready to work, when I'm ready to be at home. So just getting that routine in the morning of taking care of yourself, washing your face, putting a little makeup, foundation, lipstick, it already told your mind, I'm preparing for work.
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for work, right? So it creates that realistic visual that, okay, I'm not gonna be just watching TV and relaxing, but now I'm to step into my other hat that is work.
Yeah, and that is so important right now because I know many of you are working remotely. And I've heard so much, I'm sure that you've heard the same thing, that it's so hard for people to turn it off, to turn off work. And this is just another tool that you can use because it's going to make you feel better.
Absolutely.
When you're in your home all day long, if you're actually getting ready for work, you will notice a difference.
Yes.
In your productivity, like you said, throughout the day, and how you're being perceived on virtual calls that you have, virtual meetings, and beyond that. And it's just gonna help boost you further. And guess what? When you're done, if you want to take it off, you can take it off, but it's gonna make you feel good. This is all just about feeling good.
And it's
right?
also the perspective that when other people perceive you and they notice that you have taken that time, that extra minute to put a little foundation, lipstick, even though it's a Zoom call, they're gonna see that you took the time to take care of you because you care. So now you have to it's perceived like now you have the time to take care of others.
Yes. Oh, good one. That makes sense.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
it's the subconscious that when people see you, they say, well, she took the time to get dressed, to take care of herself. So that shows that she's ready to take care of me.
Yeah. She's ready for the next thing, right?
Correct.
Yeah, and that's what we want you to feel.
Yes.
Every single day because you're worth it. You're worth putting lipstick on. And we're not saying that you have to be in the bathroom and spend hours doing your makeup, right? So this is and I want to assure you, if you're watching this is the one thing I told Jessica. I said I can't have a routine that takes a long time. Because I get a little impatient and antsy and I just want it to be done. And she's like, listen, I know, right? Listen, if you have children, if you have a busy job and you're working long hours, or if you just don't want it, you just want some more time in your day, this takes what? Tops, it could take
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 minutes to make such a difference. All these little tiny things can make such a difference in your life when you add them up. And so definitely looking at routines like this and something that can help you.
I mean, I have read books that are not even into the psychology. I have been reading lately some books in business, and the majority of these books that I've been reading, they all talk about having that routine in the morning, where it's either 10 minutes for meditation, 10 minutes to take care of your mental state, just breathing, or 10 minutes to say what you're grateful for. So we all need to have that routine that kind of prepare us for the day and kind of tell your mind, okay, now we're ready to take over the day. And it really defines how your day ends.
Absolutely.
And the productivity, when you take those 10 minutes to take your shower, brush your teeth, get your clothing on, put a little makeup, and like I said, a routine of just taking care of yourself doesn't have to take a long time. I mean, if you wanted it to take more time, it can. Absolutely. I have been moments where I'm like, I don't have no place to be on time.
Yeah.
Like, I could take my time and play with some colors, and I could be there playing with makeup now for an hour if I want to. But I could definitely have a whole face in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
It's all about knowing where to apply it, how to apply it, and just having a routine that is matched for you. And that's one of the things that I love women to always know. It's not somebody telling you this is what you should do. It's somebody saying, tell me about your life. Tell me what do you do, and tell me what does your skin need. And then having someone that is able to sit with you and say, okay, so you just have this amount of time. Let me show you how you can do that under this amount of time. And just teaching that woman, okay, this is what I recommend, this is what and focusing on a couple things, eyeliner, mascara, lip gloss, a little foundation, and that's your signature look. I do believe that every woman should have a signature look that they're able to put together in less than 10 minutes that makes you feel confident and strong that you go and do all the things that we have to do. As women, we wear many hats. We're moms, we're spouses, friends, sisters, everything.
Caretakers. I mean, it goes on
Entrepreneurs.
And on. Yeah. Well, and think of it this way. If you're still struggling with this concept, this is just another self-care item for you. To take time out of your day for you, because that 10 minutes, while you might not want to do it in the morning, like I keep harping on, it's going to make such a big difference in your day. And you had mentioned signature looks, and the thing that I loved about what Jessica did is she came over and really, she forced me to do it myself. Okay, so I'm thinking, she comes over and I'm thinking, oh, she's just going to do my makeup and I'm going to feel good. But what would have happened when she leaves? I would have had no clue what I was doing. And so she did one half of the face and had me, okay, now I want you to practice on this side. And what you did for me made such a difference in how I feel on a mental level, And so I want you all to be able to experience that as well. And how can people find you if they just want to learn where your speaking engagements are going to be at, where your events are, or even if they want a signature look, what's the best place that they could go to find you?
Sure. I mean, I am in social media like everyone else. You can find me on Instagram, JM, like my initials, Jessica Morales, so JM Empowering Woman.
Okay.
That's on my Instagram, or in Facebook, Jessica Morales.
Okay.
Those will be great ways for you to message me, and I mean, I would love to just have that opportunity to find that look that makes you feel confident. And like you mentioned, Shannon, I teach people how to do it because I want them to feel empowered at the end of that consultation, that they know they can do it and that they know how to do it, how to blend the colors, and how to have that routine that is easy for them and fast, and it's not complicated, it's fun.
Yeah.
That's for you to use that creative part of you. Think about it. As women, we have that extra step that we choose to do. We want to put a little makeup, we get to do it. And we get to have fun and be creative and change our look and our mood based on the colors that we wear, right?
Yeah.
So one day you want to look like fun and playful, then you wear one color. Then the next day you're like, no, I want to look more sophisticated, more serious. Then I'll go for a darker wine color. And so you can play with color and change that how you look at yourself, and that's a lot of fun for us, right?
Yeah, and I mean, what a gift makeup is in general. When you think about the big picture, it just, if it makes you feel good, then
Yes.
do it, right? If it makes you feel more confident, then go for it. Then go for it. And so we're actually going to put her information in the below in the notes, so you'll be able to also click on that and find out more about her background, and any upcoming events that she has as well. And we would love to sit and talk to you all day about this, but we'll depart for now, and I look forward to seeing you all in the next episode. And thank you so much for joining us today. This was such a wonderful topic, and I enjoyed it.
Thank you so much for having me. I love it. Thank you so much for allowing me to be in your home today.
Yes, of course. And thanks so much. We'll see you next time on The Well Balanced Mind.